Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. I know you could have decided to be anywhere, but today you decided to be with us, and for that, I am forever grateful. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the sponsors of today's video, Viveo Memorial Live Streaming. If you and your families need live streaming that's simplified and redefined, check them out at viveo.org. Again, if you and your families need live streaming that's simplified and redefined, check them out at viveo.org. Let's jump right into today's episode. I think it's going to make a huge impact on your life. I think it's going to make a difference, take you to another place mentally, and help you be the best leader that you could possibly be. The title of today's episode is Flowers Fade, Legacy Doesn't. Flowers fade, legacy doesn't. I got the title for today's episode, well, because every funeral is filled with beautiful flowers. Within a week, those flowers begin to wilt, dry up, and of course, they're eventually thrown away. But the legacy of the person being honored can live for generations. I want us to really start to understand the power of a legacy and a life well lived. And that the funeral service doesn't just end when we close a casket or we give a final burial rite. That life is constantly remembered by the loved ones that we have the opportunity to serve and engage with. The major difference and the major focal point of today that I want you all to understand is that things that are temporary and things that are eternal are in two separate categories in people's mind. Temporary is stuff that's not going to last forever. Eternal means it'll last the test of time. Flowers are temporary. Your character, the way you carry yourself, the way you live your life, the way people remember you, the way you greeted people, the way you made people feel, that's a permanent feeling, a permanent emotion that people feel connected to you with. Every arrangement of those flowers fades away, but kindness, integrity, compassion through the lives we touch and impact on and leave the impartation on, that's a permanent thing. That's why when you pick a funeral home, when you pick someone to buy you out, or you're picking the next generation to lead your brand, think about, is what I'm doing with them going to be a temporary solution to a fix, or is it going to be a permanent solution to my problem? And the problem is we don't think about the long-term game the way we should in funeral services. We're quick to make quick decisions and see them play out over a decade or more, when really we should already see the effects of the decisions we're going to make, how they're going to impact people, how they're going to impact people's lives, their pricing, and their pockets. And not only that, how it's going to impact our profession. I'm into giving families something that will never wilt, that they can cherish forever, that they can live with forever, that they can feel forever. Because what we really give, what families really get out of us is a feeling. It's a feeling of help, of comfort, of support. In a world that's really not doing what it's supposed to do to deliver those things to the people, the funeral home plays a pivotal role in delivering that each and every time. What families talk about isn't what people owned. The families talk about the people they loved and honored and who they were. They talk about their life, their job, their career, their favorite sports team. That's what matters, the legacy, the permanence of that moment, of every conversation, of every decision, every birthday party. That paints a picture and tells a story about a person's life that's valuable beyond measure. That permanent feature is what we need to make an impact on and zoom a micro lens on even more in funeral services. What can we do to make people never forget this moment? You don't forget the first day, your wedding. You don't forget your child's birth. And you shouldn't forget a funeral either. So what do? We build something that outlives you. Whether it's mentoring others, raising a family, serving your community, or simply treating people well. Invest in what lasts forever. That's the key. That's the impact. Because as we all know, in funeral industry, flowers fade. Impact's everlasting. It lasts. It sticks. People connect with that. At every funeral, the flowers eventually disappear. But the life you lived, that's what remains. Make sure you're leaving something that never wilts. Well, guys, as you know, I'm your host, Jaden Folks. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast, a podcast that engraves. And I hope it engraves you and your families this week and in the weeks to come. Do something that's everlasting. And don't be quick to take the easy option and wilt away. I love you guys. Catch you on the next one.